All right. Well, it looks like we're live. This is using a different system, so this is interesting. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Prince's Friend. We are exploring music through Prince today in a little bit of a different space. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are not in the same kitchen cubby area that we have been in previously. We are actually in a really cool place for me, at least. When I first started this channel, I had an office and it wasn't always the cleanest thing, but it was an office. And then all of a sudden, if you watched any of the videos back in the early days, it turned slowly from the office to my office slash my youngest son's room, and then eventually converted itself over into fully being his room. And then I have been in the kitchen cubby for 3.5 years, something like that. Hello, everybody showing up. But basically, recently, my oldest son is he's actually staying with my mom right now, so that during COVID and quarantine, we didn't want her to be alone. So he's like, I'm gonna stay with Mimi, and we'll get that the whole thing. And so that left his room open. And I stole it. I That's basically what happened. I stole his room, and now the room is mine, and it's now my new office. And and if you see here, the setup here is, my computer's here. Now it's actually facing the window here now. Behind me, I have a couch that sometimes I sit on, and some these where my anybody who comes into the office to come and mess with me sits at. Over here, I actually have a green screen, and if you watched my latest video, I actually showed you what it looks like during filming. Um, or was that for a different channel? I don't even remember now at this point. But now I have a green screen. I actually really liked this color green, so it wasn't even like I specifically did it for having a green screen, but it is a shade that works for doing a green screen, which is why the last couple of videos have had um the moving background, which is something that I can do a little bit easier now. There's no additional setup. I turn it on, and then all I have to do is just do the chroma key. I have to do the keying thing. So it works out. It works out pretty good. And so that's the new office. You see my bass guitar back there. It's it's a space. I've been enjoying my new office. I've had it for, I think, probably 3 weeks, maybe a month at this point. And it is what it is. But yes, hello everybody who is showing up. I was a little bit of just kind of showing you around here while I was waiting for a few more people to show up before I get into the video as a whole. That's kind of what we need to do during live streams. I like to give everybody a little bit to kind of get in here. But I've been super, super busy. So the first thing I actually want to do is I want to go over for anybody here who has been who like checks out the community tab here on the channel. I did post a thing. I said I haven't posted any videos for 2 weeks, and I gave you 5 reasons why I haven't been posting anything for 2 weeks. And I said one of them is not real. And then the other 4 are real. So this was kind of fun because y'all the one that I threw on there to throw you off, it succeeded in throwing you off. So I want to go through them real quick, and just the different things that I put on there, and what I said could be the thing. So the first one was that I'm upgrading my bathroom, and that is 40% of you were like, that's obviously he doesn't look like he can upgrade a bathroom. But I can. I've been upgrading the faucets. We painted all the walls. I put in new cabinet fixtures. We did a lot of things. We redid the shower, and I put in a brand new shower door, and we've been upgrading. Now, there were a few people who were like, if this one's real, make sure that you get your permits and stuff for the plumbing. And I haven't been messing with the plumbing aspect of it. Like, I'm not moving around pipes and stuff. I think that's a little beyond the scope of what I can do. But I've been a homeowner now for almost 6 years. no, almost 7 years, and like I am just dangerous. I am just handy enough to be dangerous at this point. But Dawn just asked, do I do tile work? And funny you should ask, Dawn. That is the next step in refinishing our bathroom. Is I'm gonna. My wife doesn't want me to. My wife wants me to find somebody else to come in and do the flooring, and I'm like, no, I can do this. This is gonna be awesome. So anyway, so 40% of you guys thought that's the obvious lie, but it is actually true. And I meant to take before and after pictures here to show you, but it looks way better than it did. And me and my wife are much happier about it. You know, we're happy with it too. So it's pretty nice. I'm excited about it. The next highest one that you guys voted on was 17% of you thought I am not making music with my own band. And that is actually not true as well. I am making music with my band. The name of the band is Strays of the World. And I actually posted a whole thing of like, hey, if you could pick a song that is a title of another song for your band name, what would it be? And a lot of people were like, oh, well, but when I said Strays of the World, a lot of people were like, that's a good one. And I was like, yes, yes. I mean, it was definitely going to be what I was going to go for anyway. But yeah, I have a band now called Strays of the World. If you are in the comments section or in the chat here, you'll check out Elsie is in there as well. And Elsie is one of the members of the band. We're going for some interesting kind of funk and rock and kind of just throwing it everywhere. I'm trying to, I don't want to like get stuck in like one musical mode. I really want to be able to kind of jump around and do a lot of different things. And Alcy is, he is an amazing musician. So as I am an amazing pretend musician, I lean on him a lot. He knows a lot about a lot of things. Our third member is actually a friend of ours named Nick, who, you know what, you might have seen him in a video or two because he was helping with doing some of the camera work. I believe the video when I was on the Purple Current, you might have seen him. He was one of the camera workers. But it is actually, we're working on some music right now. We actually have one complete song, but it ended up being a cover. It was kind of our like experiment, right? We were like, let's see if we can work together and if we can mesh our sounds and make it work, and let's pick a cover song so that really we need to kind of duplicate what's here on the song but also twist it and make it our own. They needed to make sure that I could sing. I'm primarily the singer and producer slash musical director kind of thing. So that's my role. Whereas we have Nick, who is our bassist and marketing guy. So, and then we have Alcy, who does everything else. So Alcy is pretty awesome that way. But yeah, we are working towards making a few more songs at least. We're trying to build up a little bit of a backlog. So we have one song done. We have like 2 or 3 other songs like half done. So it is coming along. The band is called Strays of the World, though. And I actually already put up, there's already a YouTube channel for it because that's my contribution to that's my contribution to like the marketing part of it is, hey, I know how to do YouTube. I mean, that's kind of my thing nowadays. So if you let me see if it actually comes up like that, Strays of the World. Let's see if it comes up that way if you do a search on YouTube. I haven't actually done that yet. We don't have any content on it yet, which is why I wouldn't believe that it would come up that easily. But I am subscribed to it, so I will just go to the subscription here, and I'm going to put a link in the chat if you are interested in subbing to the channel. There's not going to be anything on there, I would say, at least for another month or two, maybe a month. closer to a month because we actually are almost done. But what the main thing is, we have a song done, but we wanted to have a few more original content ones and not like come out first with a cover. We want to come out first with some original music. So that's also been in the works for bits, and very excited to actually come out. And a lot of it has to do with you guys. Occasionally during a song, during a video or whatever, I would sing, and you guys are always like, "Whoa, like you can actually sing," and I'm like, I don't know about that, but apparently I can. Apparently you all were correct, and I can actually sing. But yeah, me and Alcy and Nick, we're doing like press kits, and we're getting everything together, but we're very, very excited to actually start getting some music out there because it's really good so far, and I've been enjoying the experience as somebody who's been trying to throw himself into making music and learning as much about music as I can, and about the last year or so. Uh, Basically, I had just gotten to the point where I was listening to music, and I was learning about music, and I felt like I just needed to get into a certain, like, I needed to be at a certain level before I could start making it. And I realized that that was the wrong way to think about it. I'm a tangible learner anyway. So the best way for me to learn how to make music is to make music. And again, the fact that I have accomplished musicians helping me and like actually teaching me a lot about the jargon and how crafting things works. I've been having a ball doing it. We've been doing it for about a month now, and we already have one song done, a few more others that are in the works. Uh, yeah, I'm excited. So hopefully you guys are too. But that was number 2 highest on the ones that you guys didn't think I was doing. So that was kind of interesting. The next one is, let's see, I have here that he's writing a Hollywood screenplay was the next one at 18%. You guys did, oh, actually, no, 18 was actually higher than 17. So actually, the having the band is third. So second is actually that I'm writing a Hollywood screenplay. That is also true. And I can't talk too much about that one. There are NDAs in place. However, just kind of networking is an interesting thing. You'll meet somebody one day and you'll just be like, it was very nice to meet that person. And then you'll talk to them 6 months later and check in and say, hey, and everything. And then you're like, cool, that was very nice to talk with that person. And then another 6 months might go by and they say, hey, I've been working on a movie. And you say, well, but you as in me. And I'm like, hey, I actually I do screenplays as well. I write scripts. I do a lot of different things in terms of that. I've been teaching myself how to do that. I have the screenwriter's Bible, and I'm a writer in general. I've been published several times. And then it just turned into, well, do you have anything written? And I'm like, yeah, I've been writing for years. And then they're like, wow, this is great. Hey, you should come and help us and write this thing with us. And I'm like, what? So anyway, that's where that is. I do not have the legal ability to discuss any of it here, but it was very much by chance that it even happened. And I'm writing a script for a movie. So, and if that movie ends up being made, then that's huge. If it doesn't end up getting made, then at least like I have a little bit of an experience when it comes to how to network and how to get a gig and all that stuff. But I'm very optimistic. I think it's going to work out pretty good. And I think we're about a quarter through the movie itself. And it's not a movie about Prince, as Daniel just asked. It's not. Sorry. So that was the second one that everybody was like, nah, he ain't writing a Hollywood script. He doesn't have a band. He's not redoing his bathroom. So yes, all of those things are true, and all of those things have taken up an exorbitant amount of time of my last 2 weeks. The fourth one that everybody didn't think at 13% is that he's helping his sick mom. Yes and no. I'm helping her. my mom has actually been battling cancer for the last few years, and she's had many surgeries. There was a complication with the last surgery, so it required a lot of different trips and emergency things. And so, like, basically, the last couple of weeks have been a lot of driving around and being with her at appointments and doing those sorts of things. So, not to harp on that one too much, but yes, that one is also true. I have been helping uh, my mom, through some trying times here. So if anybody has any, blessings or prayers or whatever you want to throw at somebody, please consider throwing a few my mom's way. We could definitely, use it. I think that it would be nice just to have some additional love kind of toward my mom. So the last one, the one that you guys thought was the most likely at 12%, um, was that he is working as a professional voice actor. That one is not true. That one is the one that I'm not actually doing, but it was the one you all thought was the most likely, which I take as a compliment. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys think that my voice is good enough to do voice acting. I right now, that is something I do that. I'm just not doing that right now. I've been doing the music in the bathroom and the writing, and obviously still trying to keep up with videos here on the channel, and also still keeping up with my game stuff and all kinds of stuff. So, but the professional voice acting, that one struck me as something that would likely throw you guys off. Another kind of YouTube person, her name's Chloe Calvin, CC Crowd Control, if you don't know her. But she recently posted on her socials. I'm trying to remember which way. I think it was Facebook. But she was like, you know what? I think I might pursue some voice acting. And she has a gorgeous voice. So she would definitely be able to do it. But that got me thinking. I was like, wow, I could probably do some voice acting too. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that the results of I thought that the results of that poll were very telling in your guys' belief that I am a handy man, which I am. I'm not like the handiest man, but I ain't bad. So so anyway, I thought that that was fun. Just want to go over the results of that, as I did say I was going to go over the results of that in the next live stream. But yeah, I am a very busy man, doing lots of things, and actually, I just the wordplay, the last wordplay video for Baby I'm a Star. You guys loved that one. That one's actually performing pretty well. And I'm very happy that you guys enjoyed that one a lot, because I did another one of the same. I did it for Papa. So that will likely end up being the next wordplay, just because, again, I've done all the research and I've done all of the things with it. So I definitely will record myself talking about Papa. But the next one I have to do, and I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't done it yet, but I have to do one for incense and candles. So that's going to be the next Twitter thread. So if you're not following me over on Twitter, it's at Princess Friend YT. Definitely go follow me over there. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I've been kind of posting different stuff, different places. So it's better to cover your bases. Speaking of Instagram, I've actually gotten in touch with a couple of people on Instagram that haven't necessarily been like interviewed or spoken out a lot. So I'm not going to, say any names or anything, but just so you know, I have other interviews and stuff coming up, because and it's going to be a good one. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, because it's somebody who hasn't necessarily spoken out or talked about their experience in the Prince world before. And they contacted me because I um, talked about them in one of my videos previously. So you guys can start throwing out your conspiracy theories as like to who you think it is and whatnot. But we have a lot. I have a lot of fun stuff coming up, and some interviews and stuff. One thing too, I've been talking with Alcy, my band member. He's mainly a guitarist, and he knows a lot about Prince's like setup, like his pedals and the makes and models of his guitars and stuff. So I'm gonna probably end up having Alcy on to discuss not even just like Prince um, in general, but talk about his gear. Like that's something that I have not been able to do. Like that's I don't know it in that way, but Alcy does. So you know, if I don't know, then I'll bring on somebody who does know. I am not ashamed to say that I don't know things. So uh so yeah. So so we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Also, I have some new versus videos. I'm still working on the review for Kama Sutra. I did one for Mad, and I did one for a couple of singles and stuff. So that kind of took me away from the album. But the album review is coming for Kama Sutra, and then after that, we get into New Power Soul. So I'm kind of excited about that one. One thing I did also want to point out is, in case people missed it, it was last Thursday, if I recall. Let me see what the date is on here. July 30th. Yeah, so it was last Thursday. Was I saw on my Instagram that there was a whole lot of like there were people like building something on the steps of Paisley Park, and I was like, what is that? What are they building? Like what could that be? And it turns out that they were erecting an actual what is it called? Now I can't even remember. They were erecting like a statue essentially of the love symbol over at Paisley Park. And I was like, wow, that's so awesome. I mean, I thought it was. I thought it was phenomenal. The here, I'm bringing it up here so you guys can see it. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome looking. So the fact that like that thing is now on the premises of Paisley Park, and I thought that was weird, right? Because like if you walk into Paisley Park, the love symbol is everywhere. so 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 why didn't he have any on the outside? I guess that's the next question. Was it an aesthetic choice? Was it because he didn't want to broadcast, you know, that that's where he was? Like I'm sure a lot of people would just drive by and be like, "What is that?" Like, you know, like what is that white building over there with the fence around it? Like maybe people didn't even know that that was Prince Paisley Park, that that was where Prince lived. So that probably is what that is and why he didn't have it. But now that, you know, he doesn't really have to worry about that anymore, having a love symbol on the outside of the building, I don't know, makes perfect sense to me. And I think it also kind of um I think it also alleviates a little bit of the issues of people feeling like they need to take pictures in front of certain things and what like it gives people like, let's go to Paisley Park. And even though we can't take pictures inside of all the things that we really want, let's take a picture of us in front of the love symbol statue. I know that I want a picture of me in front of the love symbol statue now. The closest thing I have to that is a picture of me in front of the like at lunch one day there's at lunch one day during a celebration there was like like a love symbol banner, and I took a picture of myself in front of that. Like that was the closest that you're gonna get, I guess, before now. So I can't wait to go see that. Honestly, they need to erect them everywhere. I think so, at least. So yeah, I was actually speaking of which, I was interviewed on a podcast recently. Um, actually, a few. I was oh my gosh, I was interviewed on two podcasts for gaming. But on the second one for gaming, they asked me if you could have if you could say that there was going to be a new holiday and you get to choose it, when would it like what would it be? And I was like, oh, I think that there should be a day where everybody has to sit down and listen to Prince. Which I don't think that they were expecting that. I don't think that they were expecting that answer. But I was like, oh my god, there should be like a universal, not even just on Earth, but universal everywhere, everywhere in the universe. There should be like a Prince day where just like, everybody has to listen to Prince music. uh just because I feel like, you know, he is music, so it just makes sense. And it wouldn't be like a day for us to like gawk at Prince and be like, Prince was so awesome. You know, that's not what it's about. It's more just a celebration of music, and it would be a celebration of this man who filled the world with so much music. Um, but it's weird though, right? Because yes, you're the 16th Gemini just said we have that on June 7th, and we do. but it's not like a national holiday. It's not like a recognized holiday. Like, I want people to get off of work. I want people to be like, this is what we're doing. Like today, like how it's Easter. It's like, oh, well, now you have to dress nice and you have to go to church and you have to make sure you hunt down eggs and like there's things to do on like a holiday. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, I don't even know if I would put it on June 7th. I guess you could do it on, Prince's birthday. You wouldn't want to do it on the day that he died. There could be like I don't know. I don't even know what day it would be. But but it would need to be a day that like people got off of work, people could they would dress like as funky as they want to. There'd be lots of dancing, lots of singing, and it would be just the whole world would be celebrating it. Like, just imagine if that happened. My God, the world would be a way better place if that happened. So that was my answer. And of course, I was on there for like my game publishing stuff, and they were just like, really? Like, I'm sure they thought I was going to say like, there should be a Dungeons and Dragons Day or something like that. But no, definitely not. Prince Day, definitely. Mm. This is my Paisley Park lives in our hearts um, mug that I purchased a while ago. And I don't, the cup itself is great, but the actual like logo and stuff on it's been fading. I think I've had it for like 2 years or so I guess that's not too bad. Um, Anyway, but yeah, but I also, and I think I linked to it on my Facebook and my Twitter, but I also went ahead and I did an interview on the This Is It podcast, where he was actually asking me, it was interesting, right? Because on my gaming podcast, I brought it over to Prince, and then he was interviewing me about what it's like to be on Prince's Friend and all of that stuff, and then I brought it over to gaming. So, so it's like a whole thing. Did I put it in my dishwasher? Yeah, I did. I know that's probably the issue. I wash very few things by hand, mostly just my pots and pans because the dishwasher does not do a good job with pots and pans. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, so the statue though is amazing. I think that it looks nice. I can't wait for Celebration to come back around again. I've been having a lot of people asking me, do I know any inside information about when they're going to be bringing anything back or if they're going to be at all? I have not heard any other word on whether they're going to be still kind of shooting for October. But I do know that like the CDC is saying like, hey, there probably shouldn't be large gatherings until like 2021, like the later 2021. So, but I've also been hearing more stuff about, it ain't going away. We really do just need to find a vaccine and maybe we'll soon. But, essentially at this point, there's very, very little in the way of anything that's going to give us any information on whether Celebration will be happening, but that doesn't mean that we can't still be excited about the things that we do know, which is like Sign of the Times Deluxe. It is coming, and it's so funny because every time they leak even just a little bit, I get like a bunch of like links and people who are like, "Oh, check this out. Make sure you check this out." And it's weird because I am one of the few people here who is kind of trying to hold back the surprise, right? So Cosmic Day came out. I have not listened to it. They released there was another one that I don't remember what it was. It was like a different version of a song. Oh yeah, it was the I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, like early version. And I'm like, I'm holding back. I'm holding back. I'm waiting for the Sign of the Times to come out, the deluxe version. I'm waiting for that to come out, and then I want my mind to just be blown all at once. I don't need many mind-blowing things to come out at me like along the way. I'm just waiting for my copy, and then when I have it in my hand, it's going to be awesome. And I did a whole video about how to like what's going to be on it and all of that stuff, so go check that out. And if you haven't pre-ordered your copy yet, consider jumping into there's in the description of those videos that I did, clicking the link to go, pre-order it from Amazon. If you do, those are what is it, affiliate links or whatever, and I'll get like $1 or whatever. So every little bit helps. You know what? That reminds me, we have been growing a lot in terms of support for the channel. Patreon's been getting bigger. We've been getting more people jumping on to the YouTube membership. So those links are down in the description as well. And I have to give a shout out to what is it, Latia Richardson. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. And it's great too, because even just while we're sitting here chatting and stuff, like if you notice anybody in the chat that's got a little gem next to their name, they have that because they are supporters of the channel. So it's pretty cool. And you get like special emojis that I made up for you guys, and the little gem, like I said, next to your name. So there's a lot of things that you get out of, doing that. So there's a lot of things that you get out of, supporting the channel. I mean, I guess a lot. The biggest thing that I actually just released, and I was excited about that, was I got to share the outtakes from my interview with Joshua Welton. And I might make those public soon. Those were actually really, it was some good moments. But I was like, I thought that they took away from the main kind of core conversation. But what I've been getting from my patrons and YouTube members is that some of the information, some of what he says in the outtakes were kind of important bits. So I may make that public soon here. I want to make sure that, the people are, the people who support the channel, they get to feel like they're special, and they're going to keep their exclusive access for a little bit longer. So there you go. I have a question here. What about the Amazon link? When I buy something on Amazon, you get a percentage. Yeah. So I do. Anytime I do a review or I discuss things, I'll usually end up putting an Amazon affiliate link in my description of that video. And it's very much, it's completely optional, but like, if you like the thing I just reviewed or whatever, I'll put a link there so you could go buy it if you want. And if you go buy it, yeah, I think it's like 2% or like 3% or something. So like literally, so if it's like a $10 thing, I'll get like 30 cents. It's not like it's a big deal. It's more that it kind of adds up when a lot of people do it. So it just is what it is. And hello to everybody. I noticed there are a lot of people jumping in and saying hi. So yeah, so there you go. So let's see. So I've kind of talked about everything that I wanted to like specifically talk about. So I'm going to go through some of the comments and see if there's anything that I might have missed in the thing. So if you guys have actual questions, go ahead and throw them in, and we'll see if I can get through like as many questions as I can in like the next 10 minutes or so. So let's see what I can do here. So this is a question. So have you guys been releasing music? If you haven't, are you planning to soon? And what platforms will it be available on? So I assume that that's for Strays of the World. Yeah, so we do have the YouTube channel, which I linked to. We have one song. We're working on a few others because we want to have like a good number of songs. And the goal is to release like a song a month, would be the hope. They should be available everywhere. We've signed up for like distribution services. So like when we release a song, it should pop up on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music and all of the different places. So where will it be available? Pretty much wherever you get your music, it should be available. So that's good. And likely when we do release the music, I'll be talking about it here, obviously, and pointing you guys to it so that you guys can, help support it and all that stuff. So it would be, really, really nice for you guys to support my new endeavor of Strays of the World. It's harder than it looks. It's funny too, because I used to get really sensitive when I would do my reviews early in the channel, and people would be like, you obviously don't know what you're talking about because you've never made music. So how do you, where do you stand? Where do you have a leg where you can like talk about music and review music and be a critic? And I'm just like, I'm just talking about what I like. You're right. I mean, maybe I don't have a leg, but you know what? Nowadays, I've learned a ton more about music since doing this channel, also starting to make my own music and figuring out how to make it work and why it's so hard and all of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have more of a leg to stand on now with my critiques. So, but yes, we're going to be releasing music. We haven't released it yet. Soon, trust me, I'll let you guys know. So let's see. I'm interested in the premise of your lyrics. So yeah, the we've written quite a few songs. Some of them are kind of, funky kind of dance songs. Others are social songs. Um, Others maybe not. Excuse me. But we've been kind of hitting the gambit. The goal is to kind of, we don't want to just do one type of song. But I mean, in honor of, the entirety of the reason why I started doing any kind of music was obviously in Prince's honor. So is definitely not going to be anything like overly negative or anything like that. I do reference love for one another in a couple of songs because, of course, I do. So we'll see what ends up happening in the end, and the order in which the songs end up being released. But I'm very excited, and the goal would be one song a month. But we also might hold them back and maybe release it as an EP. I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know. How do you guys buy music nowadays? Do you actually buy albums or do you buy singles? I don't even know. I don't remember when the last time I bought a single was, because I'm so in the album mindset. It's hard for me to buy a single. I'll be like, well, this is just one song. Like, where's the experience? Where's the journey you're going to take me on? You can't do that with one song. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just me. Uh, so let's see here. We need a movie about Prince. Yeah, I already addressed that one. My wife is a patient lady. Yes, I agree. I agree. She's definitely patient with me. Let's see here. Praying for your mom. Thank you for everybody who's, throwing some love for my mom. Thank you so much. So Purple Piper said, after your Mad video, I went and looked for the song and it's so good. I know, right? Oh my God, I love that song. I have so many more because now we're getting into the era where Prince was doing MPG Music Club and stuff. So there's probably going to be more kind of single reviews going forward, just because there's so many of them. And I have a bunch, and I bet that that's not even all of them. I bet there's even others that I don't have. So Mad just being one of my favorites from the mid 90s, especially again because he used part of it during Pussy Control at the VH1 music fashion awards. So I thought it was great. Anyway, I thought it was great. Uh, so let's see. Yeah, for privacy reasons. Let's see. Gosh. What albums do I think will be next after Sign of the Times? So Sign of the Times Deluxe is going to be the last big like deluxe edition that we're getting from Warner Brothers, right? Okay, so in 2021, Sony takes over the rights for most of the rest of the stuff and the vault. So Sony, as far as I believe and I hope, and little murmurs that I've heard here and there, I believe we're going to get more originals albums, but also I think that's when they're going to start releasing the actual like vault music that Prince was hopeful like kind of working on towards the end. So I'm hoping that we get Black is the New Black. I'm hoping that we get, a Hit and Run Phase 3. Like those things would be the things that I'm hoping that Sony releases in 2021 as soon as they get the rights to things. But I mean, it's who's to say? There's been a whole lot of weird choices done by the estate. So, I mean, who even knows? Who even knows? So anyway, there's that. There's that. Let's see. Alcy wants me to tell you the name of the cover song that we did. So the cover song that we did, and it's actually all done and everything. Like we could literally release it tomorrow if we really wanted to like put our first foot forward with a cover, which we don't. But we did a cover of Ava Adore by Smashing Pumpkins, and that's a song that I have always loved. I've always loved that song because it's dark and it's creepy, and that's just what it is. Using Alcy and Nick, kind of all of us together, we were able to put our own spin on it. It's a little bit funkier. It's a little bit more uplifting. It's better. Like I love Billy Corgan and I love his music. I love all that stuff. But I think that we kind of knocked it out of the park. I think it's really great. I can't wait to share it. But it'll be a bit before you get to hear that one. But we are working on stuff. Let's see. Sparota 91. So you know what you're talking about. Wait. You know what you're talking about, PF. Okay. Don't worry about criticism. When I read your review on Hit and Run Phase 1, I was like, yeah, he completely got the intention of the album. Yeah, see, I think it requires somebody with the over, because I get a lot of that where I'll put out a thing and they'll be like, hey, you're overthinking it, man. It's just like, but it's something I've always said is it's better to overthink something than to underthink it. And a lot of the time, if you just spend some time thinking about the intent behind something, why is an album sequenced a certain way? Why did he add this thing from an older song into this song? Are they connected? Things like that, especially with Prince's music. And that's not always the case. Like, I'm sure there are lots of artists who were just like, that's a pretty good song, let's put it out. And it doesn't have to be connected to anything. But like, I always got that there was something with Prince from very early on, which is what hooked me. I don't know. It's just me. So that's just me. So let's see here. Is the most beautiful girl in the world still in court? That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I haven't followed up on that story for a while because even when I did follow it up, it was already like a years old story, and it was only just now coming to light because we were trying to figure out why it wasn't on streaming services. And then that's when I did the video. I was like, hey, this is why. It's crazy. It probably, I don't think it's in court anymore. I think it's been ruled on. I think that the Italian court said that Prince swiped it, which, what are you going to do? Which I guess would mean that they can't do anything with it in Italy, but I don't know why that's stopping it in the rest of the world. But I'm sure the estate is picking their battles right now. And that would be my guess. I'm not really sure. Let's see. What about Parade Deluxe? I don't think we're gonna get a Parade Deluxe. I mean, at least I don't think it's gonna come anytime soon. I think that Sign of the Times made sense. And it was interesting too, because when I was going through, I did a whole video about like what were Prince's best-selling albums, and I was trying to use that as a way to figure out what the next release would be. And like Sign of the Times was like second on my list. I actually had Around the World in a Day as well, no, that's what it was. I'm trying to remember an old video I did. I had my choice at Diamonds and Pearls because it was the next album that made the most money. So I was thinking it was going to be a Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe. And then I had said, but it could be also Around the World in a Day. It could also be Parade. However, I did also add a caveat there that if they're going by money, it's probably going to be Diamonds and Pearls. If they're going by community demand, it will likely be Sign of the Times. So there you go. They ended up going with community demand, which I think could be a good move on their part. They're probably going to get money from giving us what we want. Like, we're like, hey, if you put this out, we're gonna give you lots of money. And they're like, I don't know, I guess we should listen to them and just let them give us their money. And then they did, and then we did. Like, like, it should just be that easy when it comes to capitalism, right? Hey, the people want this thing. Well, we should give them that thing. Oh, cool. Well, they gave us money for that. That's awesome. So anyway, did I check out Prince on SiriusXM? Yeah, I did a whole video about Prince on SiriusXM as well. So definitely go check that out. I did the video though during the first month that he was on there and it was the Prince channel and all that stuff. I know that after the fact they did release it for like another month, which is really cool. I still don't see it being a regular thing, but I mean it could be. I'm sure they're getting lots of people. It depends on how many people are signing up for subscriptions for it. That's the key. Anyway, Love Sexy Deluxe. Yes, Love Sexy Deluxe is where I would be in. However, Love Sexy Deluxe is where probably a lot of people would be out. because it was not a commercial hit as much as I love it. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. So let's see here. Let's see. Adore Cream. I will buy the CD set though. Sign of the Times is my favorite album, and those outtakes in non-bootleg form will just make me salivate. Plus, even just hear the original album remastered. I agree. That's what I'm mostly waiting for. I'm waiting for the remastered core album. That's the thing. Even with all of the extra tracks and the live stuff and all, like, I'm really just super excited to hear Sign of the Times, the album, the 2 discs. I just want to hear it just sound so much better. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. So let's see. Let's see. Any new information about Celebration? I did talk about that earlier. Alcy says that I think they're still trying to appeal for Most Beautiful Girl in the World, which is good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad to some people are actually there. Some people here, Edgar's a Pumpkins cover. Yes, definitely. I'm glad that there's other Pumpkins lovers here. Yes, Marie Eve. Yes. Billy Corgan's great. Like, I've always loved him. And when I sing, I have a higher voice. I don't think my voice is even as high as Billy Corgan's, but we were able to find a good happy medium. Because Billy Corgan's voice is very unique. I'm definitely not going to try and duplicate that, because that would be a ridiculous ask for anybody, I think. So let's see. Mindy, you're saying, let's see, I'm kind of disappointed at the song list. I'm looking forward to the quote unquote new songs for sure, but I wish they would put all the songs from Sign of the Times on the re-release of Sign of the Times. I don't think I get that. I don't think I understand that, because are there songs from Sign of the Times that are not on Sign of the Times? That's the tricky one. If you can respond to your response, let me know what you're referencing, because I don't think I get it. All right, so let's see. Any rumors about the Around the World in a Day reissue? I haven't heard any official rumors. So I don't know. Again, that would be a really good choice because it did sell a lot. I think it would allow a lot of people to rediscover Prince as well, because listening to Around the World in a Day and listening to his more popular stuff, it's like 2 different worlds. So I think if they did a deluxe of Around the World in a Day and they were able to make it, like, throw it out there and get it in a lot of people's faces, it would do it, I think it would do amazingly well, just because the album's just constructed so well. Let's see. I'm lucky to own the Gold Experience on CD so I can listen to it. Yeah, me too. I also have the Beautiful Experience, which was the maxi single for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. I did reviews of both the Gold Experience and the Beautiful Experience. Definitely check those out on the channel, because I love those videos personally, especially the one for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World maxi single. I thought it was really great. It's so weird to say maxi single nowadays as well, because I've used the term maxi single and people have no clue what I'm talking about, and I'm like, oh, it's a release where you have the main song, but then you have alternate versions of the song, and you can't buy them individually. You have to buy the thing, and then you get them all. It's just interesting. Oh, this is a good question. What do I think about Prince music on TikTok? I think that it's a great move, because TikTok right now, and I hope that they will extend this to other social media platforms, because TikTok right now, it's very musically driven, people coming up with different dances and stuff like that. But I love the idea of, because TikTok being kind of the new kid on the block in terms of social media things, and it gets millions and millions, so many people trying to do things on TikTok, that if they can use some Prince music, it's going, and let's just say like 1 or 2 of those just go viral. that's going to bring so many more people over to Prince. So I like the idea as long as people aren't, I don't like the idea of people using Prince's music disrespectfully in a TikTok or whatever. But from what I've seen so far, everybody's like, let me show you my cool James Brown, dance moves, and they're putting it to musicology. Or, people are partying and they'll have 1999 or, something like that. So I like it just because it's just, for me, it's just another way to expose people to Prince's music. And I feel like that is the goal. Like, so, you know, again, I don't think that you can judge it by whether Prince would have done it, because I don't think Prince would have done it, but unless TikTok offered him a lot of money, which is then he would be like, oh, well, then yeah, sure, go ahead and do it. That's based on like his business decisions, that's what it points to, at least for me. So let's see here. I'm on the hunt I'm on the hunt to finishing all your album reviews of Prince because I value your opinions, but it's gotten me to want to go back into other works. That's cool. Thank you, Teacup Glitter Infested. I love that name. I've been noticing your comments on the reviews as well, so definitely don't think that I'm not seeing those. I love that you're going through, and my whole thing is that you should experience Prince's music from the beginning. You should start with For You and bring it through. And I'm sorry that the reviews are taking forever, but I mean, that's just how it is. But I love that you are kind of going through them as well. And hopefully you're learning just as much as I was when I was doing the reviews. That's the best part about doing those reviews is I have my own assumptions and my own thoughts about those albums. And then while I'm sitting down and I'm actually writing down my script for the reviews, that's when I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know this thing about, oh, this guy's on this song and this is why this is like this. And like I learned tons just doing the research. So if that's why I actually started doing the word plays, because the reviews are great for overall albums, but like I was noticing like there were things with specific songs that I was like and it was blowing my mind when it came to certain things. So thank you so much for going through those and binging them. Feel free to watch them multiple times. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have all noticed that there's more ads on videos nowadays as well, because YouTube did this thing where instead of opting into mid ads, like you have to opt out, and I haven't done that for like all of the videos, but like they've lowered it to, if it's an 8-minute video or more, they're like automatically throwing ad breaks in there. So it's not just me, it's not me, it's everybody all over YouTube. But I'm gonna probably go through and because I noticed one video, like my latest video, they had like 4 ad breaks in there, and I'm like, what? I was like, I wouldn't even put 4, like let's do 2. It's like that's kind of ridiculous, YouTube, come on, y'all. So anyway, there you go. Let's see, we do new re-releases. Let's see. Is there a collab between me and the Violet Reality in the future? I don't know. I don't know. We were on the same panel. If you guys checked out, and I did share it on in the community tab. Check out the community tab, guys, because I actually do post stuff there. But there was a panel that I was on, and it was about post Prince and like what's been going on after since Prince died, and I was on there, and so were Kim and Casey. So there's stuff there. I mean, there's definitely there's ways for us to engage without even necessarily needing to do like a full-on collab. I'd be open to it. Casey and Kim seem really nice. I've encountered them a couple of times. I think it was the first celebration. I think we even ran into each other and chit-chatted a bit. It would be interesting to sit down and actually discuss more things with them. They definitely have their own view on things that are maybe a little bit different than mine, which I invite. That's exactly what a good conversation is. So yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll see. um, oh, because me and the Violet Realities have the best video. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously. Um, let's see. I thought the extra ads were because people were needing more money. I mean, yeah, but we also, as creators on this platform, YouTube makes some choices for us. So I think it's not only for us to make more money, us creators, but also for obviously YouTube makes more money off of it as well. So I mean, there you go. Yeah. So anyway, let me see. Ads are annoying. My channel should be ad free. Ads would not ebb so annoyingly if they weren't all for rubbish like pay games and rap songs. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, personally, I I pay. I paid for the monthly subscription for YouTube. I don't remember what it's called, Premiere or Deluxe or whatever. So I don't get ads. So as when the ads started like hitting more and more and they were like more prevalent, I didn't even feel that because I pay every month and it gets me access to like YouTube music and all of that stuff. So when you do that, you don't get any ads, which I'm perfectly happy with because I watch so much YouTube nowadays. I would not if there were as many ads as I know other people are having to deal with. I probably would not watch as much YouTube as I do. So anyway, I'll stop with that. Let me stop talking about that. Do you think Prince had albums or songs in his head before he even released them? For example, he mentions Diamonds and Pearls in International Lover, and that was way before Diamonds and Pearls. Yeah, I think too. There's a lot of songs that he would mention something, and then that thing would become a song later. If you recall, even just recently, I was listening to "Lay It Down," and and in that song, he has a line that says, "The purple funk and roll to get the people up," and I'm like, "The purple funk and roll, hey." Funk and roll became a song later. So there's a lot of instances of that. I actually had the idea of making like a video about how when Prince would reference a song title in an earlier song and then it eventually became a song. I don't know if there's enough content out there, and I know that there's a lot, but uh I would have to spend a lot of time really like concisely putting that all together. But it's been in my mind for a bit because there are many instances of that. So there you go. Um, let's see here. Yeah, here you go. If you have a YouTube subscription, do you have ads? No, I did answer that. No, I subscribe to the thing, so I pay I think it's like 12, 13, something like that every month, and then I don't get ads, and I also get access to the music um and also it allows you to play it on your mobile devices in the background, which that was actually the reason I did it. And then the no ads, I was like, oh, that's cool. Plus, I got to watch Cobra Kai because that's a really good show. Anyway, let's see here. I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and then I'm probably gonna have to go because then we're about hitting an hour. Let's see. Hello, Elroy. I love that. It's Eloy, no R, but you're close. I finally made it to one of your live streams. How are you? Are you writing any songs? Who dictates price when reissuing the deluxe versions? I would love the Sign of the Times and the Rainbow Children. So to answer your things, how am I? I'm good. Busy but good. Are you writing any songs? Yes. I talked about that earlier, so check out the rest of the like you'll have to rewind or whatever because I did talk about that a lot because I have a new band and everything. Who dictates price when reissuing deluxe versions? I would assume it's the estate. Uh, they're hey, how much can we charge for this, and how much money can we get out of the fans? How much money can we wring from them? How much blood? So yeah, anyway. And I would like Sign of the Times and Rainbow Children. Now, and that's the thing. So Rainbow Children is a reissue, whereas Sign of the Times is a deluxe reissue, which is different. Because Rainbow Children is really that's more there's a different term for it. That's more just to kind of get it out there more, but it's the same as when Prince originally released it, whereas Sign of the Times is new packaging, extra stuff, and all the extras and bonus stuff. So there you go. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Uh, Future songs. Future songs also allowed him in movies. Apollonia said, "Damn you," and Mary said, "I hate you." Oh, okay, maybe. I, I think the phrase "I hate you" is so common. It would be hard for us to say that that was specifically for that, especially since Prince didn't write Under the Cherry Moon, but he could have taken it from there, even though he didn't write it. That's interesting. Good guesses though. Good, those are good references. I'll have, like, again, it would just take forever for us to actually go through like everything. So with that, we actually just did hit an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and call it there. We've had a lot of people on today, so I want to say thank you to anybody who came on and hung out with me this nice Sunday afternoon. Thank you everybody who's been supporting the channel, patrons, YouTube channels, anybody who does suffer through the ads that YouTube keeps throwing at you. And just anybody who watches any of my videos. I just say thank you so much. I mean, I love you guys. And again, you guys are pushing me to do bigger things. I wouldn't have a band if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't um I wouldn't be doing the screenplay without you guys. Like I wouldn't have any of this really big success if it wasn't for this channel and you guys hanging out with me on this channel. So that's why I really wanted to come on here. I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on. I'm going to start definitely posting new videos very soon. So look out for those. I have some pretty good ones planned for this week. Otherwise, if you do want to support the channel, there's links in the description for becoming either a patron or a YouTube member. We are almost to 100 supporters of the channel, which sounds small when you're like, oh, you're almost to 25,000 subs and only 100 people are supporting the channel. And I'm like, yes, but honestly, 100's really good. 100 is a great number. Obviously I'd love to be even higher than that, but like, if anybody, I know these are trying times, so I don't expect anybody to be, throwing money at me, but if you like the channel and you want to support the channel, those are ways to do it. Again, suffering through ads is another way. So there you go. But seriously, follow me on social media. That's at Princess Friend YT, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I post different stuff, different places. We have interviews, we have reviews, I have discussions, I have all of that stuff coming back. I was actually talking with Chris Lacey. Chris Lacey is probably going to be coming back pretty soon as well, and by popular demand. So there's a lot of stuff coming. We were gone for a couple of weeks, but we ain't going anywhere. Trust me. So with all of that said, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon. And I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.